Hello friends, welcome back to my channel Social Work Basics. Today we are going to see social reform movements, especially in from India. Now what is social reform? We have seen it earlier. I'll repeat it once again. Reform movement is a type of social movement that aims to bring change in the society by reconstruction of certain thought processes. That is, it brings reconstruction, rebuilds the certain thought processes. During the British period, social British rule, social work evolved in the form of these social reform movements in India. Okay, as the focus of rulers in that time was only on commercial gain, and they were unable to focus on well-being of the common people. Now what happened actually was when the British East India Company arrived, and they were only focusing on earning the gains, earning the profit, means earning money from the people and using the people as a human resource. They only see people as a resource, and they focused on industrial development and economic development. What happened? Gradually, people's faith in Shastras and Karmakandas, which giving way to many social religious customs and rituals, rose, and that were unjust and against humanitarian norms. So, eventually, what happened? There are many problems started to arise in between the common people, and they started focusing on the Shastras and Karmakandas. That is all the belief that God is going to help us, God is going to come and save our lives and change our lives. But then it lead to very what we can say, very unjust and very unfair, because it exploited children, it exploited women, and they started exploiting the deprived sections of the society and gained profit to that. So these social religious customs and rituals rose that were very ridiculous, and we will feel, if you heard that norms, you will feel that they are very unjust, and they're really very causing very exploitation of the people. So that time, from the British India period, from the British rule, that time all the customs, all these rituals were followed strictly. Women had to follow that, and they were mainly exploited. So what happened? Some inhuman practices such as sati, dedication of women to temples, that is devdasi, untouchability, casteism, among others, were widely prevalent. Okay, the women and children, especially girl children, were getting more exploited during that time. Child marriages, unwillingness to accept the new changes in the society, rigid belief systems kept the suppressed classes from taking education. So these all were the problems leading to rise in social instability and conflict. Common man suffered a lot through this. So some individuals rose through this situation, and we can see the photo of these people, and some individuals who oppose this customs and rituals, who oppose this exploitation, who oppose this system, and they said that no, people also, common man also has the right, common man also has the right to say no. Common man also has his own basics, has his own rights to fight against, to get education, to get employed, to get what we get to get into respect with right to live with respect and dignity in the society, and they styled accordingly. And social reform movements arose. A rise of reform movements in India. I have mentioned a few, and I feel that I have mentioned the name and what the reformers' name, or the what we say, whatever moments they have rose, or whatever organizations they have established. So I have tried to categorize them in a few. So watch the video till the end, so we'll come to understand all these moments in detail. Now, Brahmo Samaj, it was founded by Rajaram Mohan Roy. He criticized basically Sati Pratha, casteism, and advocated widow marriages. So, all these reform movements focus on the upliftment of women and girl children and uh, underprivileged sections of the society. So, Brahmo Samaj was founded by Rajaram Mohan Roy, and he criticized. He says that if a husband dies, then why should the woman has to go for sati? What is the need? She has to burn herself alive, so there is no need. And he said that she should live, and if she lives, the question of widow marriage arose. Then these people said, who will go? Who is going to marry that widow? She has to remove all her hair. She has to get barred and sit with white sari all the time, and she doesn't have to come across out of the home. She was not allowed to go out of the home. She was not allowed to show her face to anyone. She was not allowed even to talk to anyone straight to face. And that so many rituals were there, so many restrictions were there at that time. So he advocated widow marriage. He said that no, this woman also has a right to live. This woman also has a right to get remarried, and she can live her own life. So he was the first person who supported widow marriage and who spoke against this sati pratha. Arya Samaj. It was founded by Swami Dayanand Saraswati in 1875. He disregarded Puranas, idol worship, casteism, and untouchability. He advocated widow marriage. Similarly, Swami Dayanand Saraswati also he disregarded Puranas. Puranas, that is Vedas. They said that women have to sit inside and see. If you see the Vedas and Puranas, I'll give some reference book in another videos also. That if you see that these books, if you read these books and if you get the crux of this book, you will understand that there are more restrictions and more injust practices in that, and nothing more in that. Okay, if you see, see being now, what we say, if you worship God, it is your own space, it is your personal matter. If you don't worship God, it is your personal matter. But I feel that you should have a faith in that, faith, belief in that, not a superstition. Your faith should not turn into superstition, and it should not exploit people. It should not go against humanitarian norms. And at that time, the faith was so strong, rigid beliefs were there, and it turned into superstition, and they started exploiting women for that, started exploiting men for that. So that happened. So these people had to say that no, you should not follow these Puranas and idol worship and everything, and don't practice casteism and untouchability. And then he also advocated widow marriage. They started educating people. So what happens in the social reform? You educate people that no, this is wrong and this is right. You should go for something new. You should change it now. It's time to change that belief. It's time to change that superstition. Stop this superstition practicing in India. So these people said that these people led the foundation of that. Ramakrishna Mission, just founded by Swami Vivekananda in 1897. We all know him. We all know what his work is and what his contribution is in India. Vivekananda attended the Parliament of Religion at Chicago in 1893. Yes, he was a spiritual person, but he said that first, work is worship, he said. And youth, he said to the youth that get up, rise, and find your own way, find your own path, achieve your goal. Unless and until you have your own identity, don't let the society to show fingers at you. Don't let the society to point at you and say that no, you are not useless. You are what you are useless and what you are not worth anything. He was a kind of person that he said he had a strong belief that if youth of this country is a firm, he had told at that time in 18th 17th century that if the youth of this country is strong, everything is going to change. So he had founded this Ramakrishna Mission, Servants of India Society, formed by Gopal Krishna Gokhale. We also know him. It did notable works in providing famine relief. At that time, famines were there, and relief was provided by his foundation. Mahatma Jyotiba Phule. Now we all know this person. We are going to just see what work they have done to eradicate untouchability in Maharashtra. Was his main motto, untouchability. Now, what is untouchability? That at that time, some people were said. You first we had to understand the social stratification system at that time. Right from that time, that Brahmins were there, Kshatriyas were there, Vaishyas were there. Brahmins who were only allowed to worship, who were allowed to read Vedas and get educated. Kshatriyas who are ready to protect the people, protect the masses, protect the states. Vaishyas who do all the business kind of things and all the looked after the affairs, business affairs. And Vaishya, then Kshatriya, Vaishya, and then Shudras were there and Dalits were there. Shudras and yes, Atishudras were there. Now Atishudras people were not allowed to even to what we say, they had to tie the broom at their back, and they had to take a bowl in their hands, kotora in their hands, and they had to walk on the street, so that if they want to spit, they had to spit in that bowl, and they had to clean all the streets. Okay, so they were not even to even look up at the Brahmin people, look up at the Kshatriya people. They were not allowed to stalk the straight face. They were not allowed to touch the water in the public places. They were not allowed to touch the taps. They were not allowed to take the social services from that state, from that place, and they were not allowed to touch the Puranas. They were not allowed to touch the books and get educated. No, they were not allowed to read and write. They didn't had any right to go in public places, attend the public weddings and processions that happened in that time. So Mahatma Phule opposed untouchability. And he said that no, this Ati Shudra and Shudra people also have the right to study. They also have the right to learn things. So that was such as that educating Dalits and women, widow marriage, supporting widow marriage, and development of farmers. He also has written many books on these topics. So his contribution was in the social reform movements. Maharaja Sayajirao Gaikwad. He was the first ruler in India to make primary education compulsory. He has provided scholarship to many Shudra Dalits of that time who are the great personalities of now. If we see, in 1895, he was first in India to amend and implement the law of divorce. If a woman is not able to live with that person, her husband, and he is torturing her all the time, he's giving her many, what we say, he's not giving, he's tolerating, the woman is tolerating violence all the time from that man, then she has to get divorced. If she has to get divorced, he had implemented the law of divorce at that time in his rule, in his region where he ruled, provided scholarship for many students for higher education. We know the names, everyone knows the names. Maharaja Sayajirao Gaikwad, Rajarshi Chhatrapati Shahu Maharaj. Now Shahu Maharaj have done great work. Great work means in Kolhapur Sansthan. If you see, he has done such a development, and he had told at that time that what caste class do you practice now? It will not survive and it will not remain in the future. But if you see, it will only exploit people. And he had told that he had foresight, and what we say, उन्होंने पहले ही बता दिया था कि ये कास्ट सिस्टम चलने वाला ही नहीं है, और इससे ज़्यादा तो इससे झगड़े ही होने वाले हैं समाज में, ज़्यादा कुछ नहीं होने वाला है. So widow remarriage act, he supported that. He took out the widow remarriage act. He amended into a law. He was a king. He had the right, and he amended into a law. He opposed casteism and untouchability. He also said that his soldiers in his army, they were untouchable people, they were Shudra people, and he said that they also have the right to earn a living. They also have right to participate in the activities in the kingdom. So he gave them job. He employed them. He employed the one who was in need of the job. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. We know who the person is and what his work is. I'll sum up, and these are very few points in compared to his work, but I'll try. Strongly opposed many unjust acts against the suppressed classes. Okay, against the acts means he told that what if the Dalits want to see, want to go out, roam in the streets like other people, and what if he wants to drink water from the public place? Huh? What is the problem? He said he strongly opposed unjust acts. He got educated and fought for the rights of the Dalits. He got educated, he got scholarship, and he got for education from the other country. But he studied all the economy, studied the social system and everything, and he fought for the rights of the Dalit. He created awareness among the masses about getting educated. He said that get educated, get together, and struggle for your independence, struggle for your life, and do something that will be beneficial for the society. He has given constitution to our India. He has given the base to the India. He has given the base to the democracy. Such a great man he was. A Periyar. He was a social activist and politician who started self-respect movement. He is known as the father of Dravidian movement. He came from Tamil Nadu. He rebelled against the Brahminical dominance and gender caste inequality in Tamil Nadu. T.K. Madhavan. He was a social reformer and journalist. He came from Kerala and led the struggle against untouchability, which is known as Vaikom Satyagraha. That is same. And at that time, untouchability was the greatest social issue, and they had all these people have fought together to eradicate that. And we had at certain times, we are at now at margin of, we can say, eradicating untouchability in the 21st century. Pandita Ramabai. She was a women rights and education activist, we can say, and she was pioneer in education and emancipation of women in India. She said that women also have the right. She became a political leader, and she also studied Puranas and Sanskrit, and first woman to get awarded as the titles of Pandita, a Sanskrit scholar. If we see, Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar, Indian educator and social reformer. He was considered as father of Bengali prose. He simplified the prose which were in Bengali but in very difficult languages. He simplified the proses for the common people, and yeah, he simplified the proses for the common people so that they can understand. So he is known as the father of Bengali prose. There, Begum Rokeya, a Bengali thinker, writer, educator, and political activist from British India, present day it is in Bangladesh. But she is a pioneer of women's liberation in South Asia. What liberation means? Freeing the women from the unjust practices. Dhondo Keshav Karve is known as Maharshi Dhondo Keshav Karve from Maharashtra. Worked for women welfare and advocated widow marriage. Promoted education to women and underprivileged sections of the society. Promoted education to women because under women and underprivileged sections of society were kept away from education. So these people said that no, they should get education, they should have their own rights, they have the right to get their basic needs fulfilled, and for that they should get education. Unless and until they get educated, they will not get employed, and unless and until they get employed, they will not come to know what living is with respect and dignity. So all these people fought for that. Vinoba Bhave, Indian advocate of non-violence and human rights, and is referred to as Acharya, best known for his Bhudan movement. We have studied. So here the references are from the Wikipedia. You can go on this link and check for more details if you want. And a book from Social Work UDC Net by Nitish Dhawan. I had taken some points for references from this book. And now that's all for today. We have seen today's social reform movements, what definition, some social reform movements, and about some social reformers in India. So these are few. If you want to study in detail, you can go for more on internet on this website and you can check and you can study. And this was the base of social work, from where the social work started in India. That's all for today. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon so you will get all the latest notifications and you will come to know about more about social work from this channel, and you will be able to study. And please watch all the videos and share the videos to your friends so that they can also get this information. Thank you.